My name is Janna Greer. I am with the Case Alumni Association, and I am talking to one of our young alumni of Case Western. His name is Turner Montgomery, and we are talking to him because he has been working lately, helping with the recent pandemic that's been unfortunately going on around the world. And just wanted to talk to him briefly about his efforts that he has been doing in Boston, Massachusetts. So I just want to do a quick introduction to Turner. If you want to say hi right quick and let us know you're in Boston, as I just said, let us know what you've been doing since you graduated from school, where you're working, and then we'll get into what your project is and tell us a little bit about that. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Janna. Thanks so much. I appreciate the introduction. And as you said, I am up here in Boston, Massachusetts. I graduated in December of 2018 for a company called Neosis Inc., which is a surgical robotics company based out of Miami, Florida, where I am a field engineer in charge of the Northeast. So I'm working up here, kind of taking on the area from Maine down to Maryland, all the way over to Pennsylvania. So that's what I've been up to when I've not been working on this current project since this pandemic.
Okay. So because of the pandemic, you obviously haven't been working, but we got a note from you about a month ago, I believe it was, that you've been working on a nonprofit called the Ventilator Project. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So one of the difficulties with my full-time job and its current status was that as a field engineer, I'm unable to do most of what I would normally be doing in the field. And I think a lot of people are experiencing the same sort of thing right now, where they're required to work from home. And I heard about this project actually from the CEO of my company, who is formerly from this area. And I saw that it was based out of Boston. I saw that they were in need of engineers, and I immediately felt an obligation to take some of the extra time that I had available and see if there was anything I could do with my skill set to provide assistance to this team. It was a small team at the time. I think it was only 12 to 15 people. And this was 3.5 weeks ago. So things have been moving very quickly, because it's around 250 now.
Oh, wow.
With several people on site, about 30 to 40 people on site, and more than 200 people helping remotely across the country, and even beyond the borders of our own country, people in Canada and beyond, who've been helping us quite a bit. So it's been exhilarating,
Nice.
Quite fast moving last several weeks, last month.
So you're making these ventilators. Where exactly are they going to? Are they going to local hospitals, or are they going across the country?
So our scale hopefully is global. We are trying to address a global need. Obviously, there is a domestic need for them in the United States, since the United States is being hit incredibly hard right now with this major first wave. And we know that it's going to continue. Many states are going to continue to experience what New York City is currently experiencing, not just now, but for many months to come. And we don't even know how long it's going to continue or how many waves of this there's going to be. But we know that there's a shortage, and there's a shortage of ventilators. There's a shortage of hospital staff. And what we're trying to do is use what we are able to do to help them and provide them some sort of relief in the form of ventilation, in the form of equipment that they can use to treat these patients.
That's really great. So you're working there, but there's also a few of your fellow classmates that are working with you as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's been pretty amazing to see the support from the Case Western community come around this. A lot of my friends who are in the Boston area and Rhode Island area have come together to assist and provide their own expertise. It was a bit of a fire drill all at once when we as a group needed assistance, and I called upon some people who I knew were very skilled and who had the time and were willing to give the effort to help us out. And it's been tremendous. It continues to grow. Even just yesterday, we had another Case alum join us.
That's great. And you've got some of the professors from the quad who are also joining in as well. I believe Professor Laparo has been helping you out, and I can't remember who else, but a couple of professors have been helping out. So it really is growing. It's almost become like a case community.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. We've had tremendous support, and many of the people who are working remotely from the uh, Case Western are reaching out to those professors and reaching out to other people from the case community to get their expertise and advice. And, being such a medically and technology oriented university, there's so much wealth of knowledge available, and everyone's been so willing to give their time and efforts, and it's been incredible.
So this is something that people who are watching this, if they wanted to lend a hand, they could definitely join in if they wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Our project, which is the Ventilator Project, at website, theventilatorproject.org, is one of many projects that are running in parallel, all trying to do the same thing. And this is an incredibly collaborative problem that we're trying to solve. We're working with people across the country and across the world, trying to figure out what we can do to supply a solution, to supply this relief to hospitals, to medical personnel who are dealing with this problem on the front lines. And so, while we have an incredible project and we're working hard to try to come up with a solution, there are a number of ways that anyone can help in their community and beyond, to try and address the same problem. And I strongly encourage anyone who has the time, who has the ability, to do so, to help out, because there's still a long road ahead of us.
Right. Absolutely. Sure. You are not wrong with that statement. We have a long way to go. We'd like to see things go back to normal, but we're going to be living in a new normal very soon.
That's very true.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, Turner, this is some great information you've shared with us. We're going to be sharing the Ventilator Project's website and pictures and videos along with this. So what are you doing right now? You're in quarantine because you're going back to work soon. So are you getting stir crazy?
Yes, absolutely. I think for a moment there, it was nice because I was able to be in working with everyone on the Ventilator Project in person. Unfortunately, though, the circumstances have it that I'm working on both fronts now, and I'm out of consideration for both the people working at the Ventilator Project in person and for the people in the clinical settings where I work for my job, trying to kind of self-isolate as much as I can and provide more remote assistance now, just because I don't want to bring that or put anyone at risk on either front. So
absolutely,
I've been dealing with the isolation like everyone else.
It's not fun.
It's not at all.
It is not fun. But we all have to do our part, and we have to be very, careful and smart about everything that we do. And you have been doing something that's very, very important. And I appreciate you, sharing all that you've been doing. And you're, like I said, you're doing a wonderful thing. So thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to tell us about what you've been doing. And, I really appreciate all the hard work that you've done. So,
I really appreciate that too. Thank you so much, Janna. I appreciate your support, the Case Alumni Association support, and just the whole university and country's support. It's been incredible to see all this happening. And I'm excited to see what we can do to help.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see each other again on campus whenever we're allowed to go back.
Yes, whenever I'm allowed to travel again and I find myself back in Cleveland, I'll absolutely stop by.
And I'm allowed to actually go back to campus. All right. Well, Turner, it's been great talking to you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Janna. It's been great talking to you as well.
Take care.